tour guide today who seems to be talking, so that's positive. And I'm now at Agra Fort. So I can't go to the Taj Mahal today because it's Friday and it's closed on Fridays. That was been planned, but it means I get to do it early tomorrow morning instead. But I get the afternoon to explore this place, Agra Fort. So you can actually explore quite a bit in here, but all of these decorations are all hand carved, all handmade. And it is so hot today, it's nice to get out of the sun. It's about 41 degrees, so it's just nice to be in some shade. I'm not quite there yet at number 7 of the Great Wonders, but the Taj Mahal is just in the distance. There's loads of people in the way, but when you stand closer to the balcony to see the Taj Mahal, it looks tiny. But when you move much further back here, it looks much bigger. Optical illusion.
And it's small also.
So it started off quite big. The more I walk, the closer I get towards it, the smaller it's going to appear. I don't know how well it's going to come out on my GoPro. And it's so crowded and busy here, that's the only problem. Maybe not the best time of day to have come. This place is huge and only 40% of it is open to the public. The rest is occupied by the military. But it's absolutely huge. So I think that's the end of my tour. At least there's tour guide speaking. That's a plus. I am struggling with the accent a bit, so it's hard to understand what he's told me about this place. But it is quite an impressive place to visit. Just really busy. So I've got here about 4 o'clock, probably peak time. So just very, very busy. I've got some photos though. Would have liked a bit of time on my own to look around a little bit, but yeah, it's well worth the visit. I'm still looking forward to the Taj Mahal, but he said a lot of people prefer it here to the Taj Mahal. I don't think I will. I think the Taj Mahal is going to be special when I get there tomorrow. Finally, I've made it to my 7th wonder of the world, the Taj Mahal, and the sunrise. It's quite busy, and it is pretty amazing. So glad I finally got here. All the 7 wonders of the world completed. And you can just about see the sun coming up. So it's actually a mausoleum, as I think most people know now, not a palace. So it took 22 years to build, and it was for the Raj's wife because he loved her so much. She died when she was 39 and had 14 children. Come over to the other side, which is not the mosque. I'm not too sure what building it is, but the sunlight is directly on the Taj Mahal now, and you can even see parts of it glittering. Whether or not that's going to come out on the GoPro or not, I don't know. But it is amazing to see it with the sun directly on it. I have a feeling this is the place where you get the good photo shoots, but I can't quite work out where. But I'm going to have a look. So, all 7 of the wonders of the world completed. Difficult to say which my favourite was. I'd say maybe Petra out of all of them. I think Machu Picchu would have been if the weather had been better. Taj Mahal is still amazing though, and well worth visiting. Definitely worth doing the sunrise tour. It is Saturday today though, and that's why it's so busy. I think on a weekday it would have been a bit better and less crowded. But yeah, it is quite a magnificent sight. I've arrived at my hotel room in Jaipur. On the way I stopped at Sikri. I think I pronounced that wrong. I didn't take any video there because I was having problems with my GoPro, and I wasn't there for too long, but it was quite a beautiful place to visit, and it wasn't too busy because I left the Taj Mahal at a reasonable time. I beat all the other tourists that would have been on their way there. But yeah, I had a bit of an explore around that area, got a few photos, which was nice, and then it was quite a long drive still over to Jaipur, which is where I am now. I think the rest of the day I'm just going to chill out. I've got a guided tour tomorrow of a few different places, so I've got 2 nights here. As for the Taj Mahal, yeah, it was beautiful. I went inside, which was nice to have gone inside, and you can see 2 tombs, but they are not the real tombs, they are replicas, which is what you can sort of walk past. The real ones are actually further underneath the ground that you can't actually see. But yeah, I'm glad I've managed to complete all 7 wonders of the world. So, I'm exploring Jaipur today, and this is Jara Mahal, which is a beautiful facade of a building. But as you can see behind me, it's very busy. Traffic's kind of crazy, but that is how it is in India. So the shape is actually meant to represent the crown of Lord Vishnu, which is one of the main 3 gods in Hindu mythology. So behind me is the Amber Fort over there. That's the Tiger Fort, and I've forgotten the name of that fort. That belongs to the royal family. These 2 belong to the government now. But this used to be the royal palace where the royal family would live. I've also just seen a sign that says that in the river there are potentially crocodiles, so not to go too near to the river. So this is a step well. There's quite a few throughout the country, and it's where people used to come to collect water. They'd walk down the steps and collect the fresh water. Now there's no need, obviously. This is quite a small one, but there are much, much bigger ones throughout the country. We're now in the main courtyard of the Amber. I came in through that entrance, which used to be used for the public that would live here. That entrance there was used for the royal family, and it is optional to come up on a jeep or an elephant as well, which is why you can see all these elephants. People riding elephants, but please. Some of the buildings here are really beautiful, the amount of detail that's been put into them. The area where the Maharaja would sit and entertain an audience. People would come with their problems, speak to him, and he would try to find solutions for them. It's quite amazing to actually have a bath area where they would have hot and cold water. They would heat water in one chamber for when it's cold and they wanted to warm up. They'd have cool water in another. They had toilets in there, they had dressing rooms, they had a massage parlour, they had all sorts. So it's quite amazing to see how advanced they were, even like, I think it was the 17th century? I think it was actually built in the 11th century, have I got that right? But then it was until the 17th, I don't know. I've lost track of how old this place is. But it is quite impressive that way back then they had this kind of technology. So I'm now about to enter the private part of the palace, and above the doorway you can see the god Ganesha. So this was the kind of the 3rd courtyard where all the very important people were hosted, and you can see it's very busy. But you can see there's all bits of mirror here, which is imported from Belgium. So when it was very dark, you'd have one candle, and because of all the reflections, it would light everything up magnificently. So I've done a quick stop on the way from the Amber Fort to City Palace, and this is Jal Mahal, which is a palace owned by the royal family in the middle of a lake. I've just come into the City Palace, which I think is a newer building. I think this is where the royal family moved to after the Amber Fort. So I don't know how long it'll take to explore, but there's definitely some very impressive detail with all the paintwork. And this is the main part of the palace just up here, which is where the Maharaja lives now. He's quite a young Maharaja, I think in his 30s, because he took over the throne from his grandfather in 2011. And if there were two flags, you can't see them from here, but you could see them from the side. If two flags are flying, that means he's at home. So he is at home today. I don't know what he's doing. If there's only one flag, it means he is elsewhere. And this is a courtyard that's used for performers. So the Maharaja and his family can watch him up there and watch the different performers in this square. That was a bit tricky. Anyway, here we go. Patrika Gate, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's just the inside of this place is pretty amazing, but like everywhere else, it is quite busy. Here we are at India Gate. Managed to find a way in. It's actually quite big, possibly bigger than it looks in this video. And here I am at the Red Fort. So I don't know if this is going to be quite as impressive as the other forts that I've seen, but yeah, it should still be interesting. It wasn't easy getting here. Uber driver dropped me off in a really difficult place. I had to try and cross the road, bit of a nightmare, and yeah, I'm getting hassled already. So to be honest, once I've seen my sights today, I've only got this and one more. I'll be quite happy just finding a nice bar just to chill out in for the rest of the afternoon and the evening, and then get an early night because I've got a very early start in the morning to get to the airport. To the gate of the Red Fort, and I don't think I'm missing anything. I don't think there's anywhere else to go here. I think that's all it is. You just walk through there and there's some shops. Then you get to the park. But the park was really pretty, and there was quite a lot to walk around and see in the park. So it's still pretty worth coming here. I'm just a little bit underwhelmed. I was expecting a bit more. This was my last stop, or is my last stop for today, and it is Gurudwara Sri Bangla Sahib, which is a mosque. However, I think to actually go any further, I need to cover my head, and I don't think my hat's going to do it, and I need to have bare feet. So it's meant to be really nice up there, like a little pool and everything, but I think I've got to queue up. I just don't know if I've got the energy in me. Yeah, I'm going to have a quick look around here just in case I can find the area that I'm looking for, and maybe I don't have to wear a head thing and take my shoes off. But after that, I'm going to head back to the hotel, get myself packed and ready to depart to the airport, and then just find somewhere to chill out, probably the Irish pub again, or there's a place called the Chatter House near the Irish pub. Might go in there for some food. And then that's it from India.